I'm 37 years old and I'm learning how to be the boss for the first time in my life. Okay, so that being said, also I have 5 kids. 4 alive and a step, whatever you want to call it. But there is a 5th one that came from my body, but he's just dead. Okay, so let's get to the point. So you know how, like, as a parent, you repeat yourself every day? And it drives you crazy, right? And we just, like, assume in our heads that children know everything that we know. They don't. No one does. Never assume anybody knows anything. And it's best when you do assume, because you should never assume, makes an ass out of you and me. But when you do choose to assume, let's call it an inference, and therefore when you do choose to infer that someone does something out of ignorance instead of malice. Malice is to be mal, sick, unwell, not right, mean, bad. Intent. Okay, so assume / infer that humans on the planet, because we all are, souls in a human meat sack, are ignorant in any given moment, and it will make your life so much more pleasant and happy. Now, you can't just assume that they are. You have to be okay with the fact that they are. So get used to that, because it's for you, not for them. It's kind of like the concept of forgiveness. It's for you, not for them. But we do need a lot more of it in this world. So anyway, I'm sorry, it's the lighting, I swear, yeah, because my lens area is actually really good. Huh? No. So I was parenting, I guess, or / I'm training right now. I'm training someone to be mom. Can you guess who it is? Yep, it's Dad. After like 10, 11 years. I'm essentially teaching him to do the mom role. Because I'm working and his butt's home. So he's like making food and stuff and doing a great job, whatever. And I'm like, in my kitchen going, I'm trying to make some mac and cheese. There's no dish towel on my oven door, which we don't use the oven because it's a whole situation. So it just holds, like, it stores things, lids, pots, pans. And we got the fries going in the fryer thing, and I wanted the pasta spoon because I use it to use the big old, like fork spoon thingies. To move around the french fries and stuff in the fryer and loosen them up so that they're not stuck together, and then that way they cook evenly, correctly, better. And anyway, I'm looking for all these things and they're not here in my kitchen where they belong. And instead of getting angry, guess what I did? I was just like, husband! And I'm like, I need a dish towel. There always needs to be a dish towel over here on the stove. And there should be at least 2. I prefer 2 because one I'm going to use sometimes to clean with. The other one is like for looks / my hand. Like if I just want to wipe myself, like wipe my hand on something, or when I'm picking up the pot, that's because I'm about to do that. The macaroni and cheese. And I'm going to, spread it, fold it in half 3 ways, long ways, and use it to hold the handles, which are super hot, in order to drain it in the colander. For people who don't know, that's a strainer, drainer, whatever you call it. Big round bowl, holes everywhere. Colander. So anyway, I'm doing that, and so we can't find the colander though, and I'm like, where's my colander? Because I've got everything hanging on tacks on the wall because we're cheap, we're broke, we're not fancy, we're not cool, we're not savvy, we're not construction workers, I'm not fucking Bob the Builder, I'm not Handy Manny, so it's tacks, okay? So I'm like, where's the colander? And I already know what has happened is that my son washed the dishes and he stuck the colander under the cabinet, which is where a lot of people store theirs, right? Or some people, I used to. I changed my mind. I take a tack, stick it on the wall. There's a little hole. I stick it on it. So if I have to, I will literally put a string on that shit just to hang it until I can get the fancy stuff where you can hang your pots and pans. Because again, broke bitch. Broke bitch. Out for a walk, bitch. When you know, you know, you know. And when you know, put it in the comments. Thank you. So I'm like, And I'm like, honey, where's the colander? And he's like, oh, William washed the dishes. It's down here. And he goes to get it out, which he does very often. Does the thing that he knows he shouldn't be doing that the kids are supposed to do. And then bitches, the kids don't do anything or know how to do anything. And I'm like, stop it. So I said, put it back. Yell for William. And my son comes in and he's like, ooh. And we're like, where's the colander? And he gets it. And I'm like, hang it on the wall. So like, don't know why this is hilarious. Because I've never done that before. I've never done... I have never done that before in my life. And I'm sorry, that was hilarious. So yeah, the point is, get used to repeating yourself, okay? Because for me, I tell my children, okay, Christopher Titus said it best. He said, women should not be raising children. And this is what he said. Now calm down. Christopher Titus said, women ain't got no business raising children because you tell them everything. You tell them. They don't learn. They don't gain the knowledge on their own through experience. You tell them. And let me go ahead and tell you why that doesn't work. At least for probably all of us, a lot of us, even for me. Well, for me, though, anyway, unless there's probably some traumatic reason, or you're a people pleaser, or this or that, or you're scared, or you're intimidated, or blah, 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 okay? You're probably not going to remember something the first time someone says it. You may not remember it the second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 90th time. Sometimes it's just because you just flat out don't care. So that being said, I used to be like, honey, we do it this way because of blah, 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 blah. Don't stick your finger in a light socket because you're going to get a light, which no one can stick their finger in a fucking light socket. It's not a light socket. It's an outlet. It's an electrical outlet, okay? Don't put your fingers or your hair ties or your trucks or your cars. Don't stick a battery to your tongue, which you can do that, like you won't die. But don't do that. I'm not telling you to do that. Don't do that. Gosh. Oh, listen to me. So, anyway, but that's how I've always been. It's like, oh, well, we're going to do it like this because you're going to fall down and get hurt. Well, guess what? When it's not life-threatening, get hurt. Yeah, let me say it again. Get hurt. Learn, because that's when you remember. There was a time when I sat down and I was like, why did we... Let me tell you why we started timeouts in the first place. They're literally a form of stop and think about what you did. And also, it breaks up whatever you were doing. And so now you're going to remember the next time you go to do that thing that you were put in timeout. That you had an unpleasant... Now, that being said, this goes back to what I said in the beginning. I told my husband, first of all, I could have walked over and grabbed a towel out of the drawer myself. I'm training him. Duh. And you can't tell him, like, we put it over here because of this and it needs to be here. And then the next time it's like, I already told you and I'm so frustrated now. Ugh. No. Science or biology or psychology or something says that it takes 7 times to do something. So say you're starting a new habit. You're trying to lose weight and you're going to walk. It's going to take you like 7 times to do that. I don't know if it's necessarily completely consecutively, but like close together. You can't do it 7 times in 37 years and think that, yeah. So, I say, like, if you're going to start walking for exercise, I say do it at least 5 days out of the week. But if you don't do it on one night, don't panic, don't freak out, don't be mad at yourself, nothing. Get up the next day and just do it. Just like that. Okay, but anyway, back to the point. I hate when I have that, because I can't really get back to the point. My brain just wants to go forward, and the forward that's for me isn't necessarily, it's not just a straight line, it's things, a branch and a tree and this and that. Oh, nope, trees, damn it, where were we? That's hilarious. But yeah, that's the point. Just tell them every day and make them. So the fact that I made my son stop what he was doing, come out of his bedroom from probably watching TV and eating the food that he just got, that we just made him the plate of, he's now going to remember this moment because I interrupted him and he had to stop everything he was doing to come and fix the problem. Because any other time, I promise you, we have told him. And not just have we told him, he lives in this house. Yeah, he lives in this house. Okay. So, that being said, where do you remember? Do you remember where I told you the colander is? Yeah, it's hanging on the wall. It hangs on the wall right by the door. Right by, like, my hand is this wide. I'm only 5'2". This is my teeny tiny little hand. It's this far. The wall to the doorway. Between the kitchen and the living room. And there's SpongeBob stickers with Mr. Krabs and a little hamburger patty, a little Krabby Patty. And there's a tack on that Krabby Patty. And that tack with the Krabby Patty now has a spatula on it. because we moved our stove and so things got a little rearranged. Okay, that's the only thing. It's a little bit rearranged. So I took the other tack out of this side of the wall way over here and put it back over here by the doorway. But either way, the colander, it's white. You can't miss it. It hangs right on a burnt orangish brown looking wall. Right by the doorway between the kitchen and the living room. He lives here. He lives here, guys. So anyway, that's what you do. You just repeat the same thing every day. You don't even tell them that you're training them, and you don't get mad about it. In fact, make it an experiment. Slow down, wait, and watch, and see how quickly they start to catch on or how slow they are. Make a note, write it down, keep a diary. I don't know, but I think this is cool. 'Cause I'm not a real assertive person. Like, I recently took a job, and you know how you have to, like, stand there and, like, unlock the cabinets and stuff for people to get their product out? I don't really have the assertiveness to even be like, yeah, I have to keep this. Sorry. I gotta go take it to the register and ring it up myself. Separate from all your other products. Sorry. I know, it's so terrible, isn't it? Every day. Every day. I've only been there 3 days. Every day for 8 hours straight. And again, why do we have to keep telling you that? You don't even shop in this store very often if you didn't know. It's been this way for months. It may have been a year. You know where you live. You know where you live. And it's not personal. Don't take it personal. And if it is personal, then you're probably the reason that everything is locked up. Okay, so the point is to train people. You just tell them over and over every day as if you've never said it before. And if anything, the fun part is they are eventually going to be like, is this person nuts? This drives me crazy. Then they're actually going to be the ones who are mad at you, thinking you are stupid. And it's going to be like, Bish, I trained you. Okay, that's all.